One second.
Thank you so much, Bhargavi. And you were saying something. Please go ahead.
It's okay, fine. You can continue.
I'm so thankful for giving the time in continuation. In the first podcast, she was wonderfully explaining each and every bit of VAT, the application process, couple of group interviews which are needed to clear SP Jain prestigious admission and process for your PGDBM program. And this second podcast, we have requested Bhargavi to cover all the parts which are related to operations. So I'm very curious to know that how you were very sure that you wanted to take finance only and what all other specializations are there with SP Jain.
All right. So first of all, we have 4 specializations under PGDM. The SP divides program into 2 parts, PGDM and PGDM BM. BM is business management. So whoever wants to go for an MBA in general management, they take PGDM BM. PGDM has 4 specific specializations: finance, marketing, operations and supply chain, and information management. All right. I was from finance, and just as I said, while filling the form, you need to select your specialization. So there you need to give your 2 preferences, the first preference and the second preference. For me, my first preference was finance, and that is what I got. For people who choose BM, they can also choose first preference as BM and second preference as anything from the other 4. So this is how the form goes. And it is allowed to change your specialization in your second year if you want to. For example, even in our batch, 2 to 3 people changed it. It's easy. There is no hassle. You might need to give one more, just one session with the professor, that why do you want to change it. The professor might check that if you are from finance and you are going to marketing, did you have good marks in marketing during your first year? Maybe this might need to be checked, but otherwise changing of specialization is fine. I mean, I understand some people are not very much sure enough that they want to do finance only when they select it while filling the form.
Okay.
Now, how was I very much sure? My undergraduate helped me a lot in that. So, since, as I mentioned, that BBE, that is Bachelor's in Business Economics, was a professional course by DU. Therefore, even there, in almost third year, I had to select subjects for myself, which were electives. And those electives almost define a type of specialization. They don't call it a specialization, but when you are selecting subjects for yourself, then you yourself make a, lump sum of the subjects that will define that this is the path I would go forward in. So for me, during my first 2 years, I realized that I have good interest in economics while studying. I have good interest in finance. That is, so you need to understand how you are generating interest. I didn't have too much interest in marketing. I knew I it was a self realization. So I had selected good number of subjects in finance, and I realized that I enjoy finance. I am able to take decisions when a certain situation arise in, when studying case studies and all. So I realized that yes, finance is something which fits me very well. So I was sure about finance. Secondly, my father, he himself is a cost accountant. So with my very childhood, I am the eldest child in the home. So with my very childhood, he has always taught me different aspects of finance. I used to study accounts with him only. So he always used to tell me things in deep, that why do we debit something? Why do we credit something in the journal? What happens? What does not happen? I used to help him with his Excels also. Whenever he's preparing a spreadsheet or something, he used to make me sit along with him, and I used to learn from him. So from the age of, 12 or 13 itself, I had developed some interest in MS Excel, spreadsheets, accounts. I guess so that was in the blood, I would say. My relatives are also CA and everyone. I mean, we have engineers and other people also, but I had very finance focused people around me. That could be another reason that told my subconscious mind that yes, I am good at finance. But yes, majorly I developed my interest and I identified my interest in finance because of my undergraduate course. So that is one thing. And then even my course helped me during my studies, because just as I told, it was a professional course in DU. The subjects that were taught there were very different from what we study in BCom program or BCom honors or even economics honors. It's not economics honors, which I studied, it was business economics honors. So everything was focused towards business. There were subjects from the curriculum of CA that we studied. There were subjects from the curriculum of economics honors that we studied. There were subjects from the curriculum of PhD also that we studied, some subjects. So when I came to SP, there were subjects that were completely similar to what I studied in my UG already. That is where that course helped me. So my answer would be my UG and maybe my, family environment is what pushed me in realizing that yes, I want to go for finance.
Sure, but what I'm sensing since the beginning of my journey with you, it is always your intuition and your gut self who is also guiding you simultaneously with such great clarities. When you talk about subconscious mind, I think all your aura, your chakras are very clean, I should say. Being a therapist myself
Yeah.
alongside master career coach, I think that has played your clarity in mind,
Yes.
your vision has played a very important role. And yes, such beautiful family upbringing and environment do play a crucial role in selection of not just other aspects of life, but especially one of the most important aspect of your life, which is career.
Yeah.
So
True.
when you entered, how much was the fees, and if you are having any idea the difference in the fees now?
Okay. When I entered, before going to the college itself, they will send you the fee structure. They will divide the fee in different parts. For generally, the first year fee is around 9 lakhs. You have to pay it before going to the college. Then the second year fee, if I remember correctly, it was around 12 lakhs.
Okay.
Because so it's 9 lakhs for first year and 9 lakhs for second year. But SP Jain has this program of global fast track. We call it GFT. So just like other institutes have international, student exchange
Preparations.
program. Yes, so SP also has it, International Student Exchange, when some selected students go out. But we also have a compulsory student exchange program where we
Okay.
all of the batch must have to go to a foreign university and study. We call it Global Fast Track Program (GFT). So the fees of GFT when included is when it became 12 lakhs 50,000. This is how
Okay.
it happened. So that is to be paid lump sum again. The GFT fees is to be included in the tuition fees of second year and paid. So it is that. Other expenditure happens alongside the curriculum of SP. For example, SP is known for its non-classroom learning programs. And we call it NCLs, non-classroom learning. What happens is there are different programs, compulsory programs that you have to undergo while your curriculum in SP. So first, for example, there is Abhyudaya, where you have to teach an underprivileged child by going to their homes all throughout your first year on the weekends. It is a compulsory program. It is a part of the final assessment, your CGPA and SGPAs. We call it Abhyudaya. So it has given some credits as well, credit in the sense the weightage while calculating your CGPA. This is an NCL. So out of the classroom, you are doing something which contributes to the society plus your own learning. This another one is DOCC. DOCC is like a social internship. You need to go to an NGO in a village, proper village. The college maps you to an NGO. You have to go there and work with the NGO for one complete month. You have to stay there itself. So it is completely like a real world experience for us. We know that. So the reason why this happens, I'll tell about more programs, NCL programs, compulsory ones. The reason is after I am done with my MBA, I will be going and sitting in a cabin in an AC office, working for a company which might be providing products to, rural areas as well. For example, currently I'm working with Nestle. Nestle has Maggie, which is being catering to the rural parts of India as well. Now, there could be a need of another product in rural part of India, which I might not be aware of if I am sitting in an AC cabin in my office, right?
True.
So when
Absolutely true.
my yeah. So when I'm working in any organization in the world, that organization somehow or the other is going to cater the rural areas if you are in India, right? Because rural area formulates the 65% of our population. So you need to know how the people live there, what is their lifestyle, what are their requirements, what are their problems. I am someone who belongs from Delhi, from a very urban area. I might never be aware of what the problems a person living in rural area having. So for that matter, it is again, since I mentioned that SP is all about ethics and values, we also push our students towards experiencing the reality of life. That is why we go for Abhyudaya, to understand that there are people who are underprivileged, who don't have access to the resources the way we had. So we have to teach them. Now, teaching does not mean the theoretical knowledge. It is more about the personality development. Teaching ke liye, I mean, you are not going there to give them tuition classes. You are going there for their personality development, to
Okay.
make them, learn how to do public speaking, mentally develop them, maybe teach mental maths, Vedic maths or something. You can tutor them on their, studies as well, but the focus of the program is personality development, because they are anyways going to school. The students who are, let's talk about it one by one. I'll talk about Abhyudaya first. So Abhyudaya, it's a thus, there are n number of students who are associated with SPJIN. SPJIN has its own kind of NGO. It is again called Abhyudaya only. The NGO sponsors the education of certain underprivileged children, alongside giving the mentorship by us. So by sponsoring, I mean they pay the fees, they give them laptop as well and other resources, which I'm not aware of because the students are not given all the information regarding it. Um, the students till the eighth class, they also come to the NGO and the teachers there teach them. They are also being taught at their own schools. They sponsor the education of the students at the school as well. Even if they go to junior college, then too. So they take care of everything till you are in junior college. Post that, you are independent from the Abhyudaya program. So we are being mapped to the children, given our previous studies and whatever the person is studying. So I would be mapped to a person who is doing commerce, because I know about accounts and economics. That is
Okay.
how it is done. If the person is in 10th class, it could be mapped to, anyone, because there is no specialization till 10th. After commerce, so a commerce person would be mapped to a commerce person. Similarly, if you are a Telugu, you would be mapped to a Telugu person. It would
Region.
be a better, a better understanding of
Communication.
the language. A Tamilian would be, yes, a map to a Tamilian. So this is how it is done. Coming to a DOCC. DOCC is, again, I told, social internship program. You go, you stay with the NGO. It could be, the college does not help you there. It's a real life experience. You have to find your own stay at the place. It's a complete village area. You have to take care of everything by yourself. It is between you and the NGO. College does not provide support.
Okay.
Some people see it as a plus, some people see it as a minus. For me, I guess it's a plus, because the whole motive is to make you learn how to solve your own problems. And now you are an MBA, you should know how to tackle the problems. Not everyone will be, every time in the life, not there would not be someone to handhold you and provide you things, right?
Yeah.
So I believe that was a good part. I learned many things there. There were many myths that were broken, and it actually happens. People generally, at the start, we feel, oh my God, why are we being sent to a village? I don't think I'll be able to live there. Being a female, we have security issues. So this is already, security issues are already being taken care by the college, that they send us to good places where are no security issues. But at the start, you will feel nervous. But when you go there, when you come back, then you realize that yes, it was indeed important. Then
Okay.
another is personal growth lab. It is called PG lab. It happens at the very start, actually. So if you are going to the college in June, the PG lab happens in the end of July. So you go to a place. It is generally, I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to give a inside information here. It's a fun part for SP. I don't want to reveal it. So you go to a fun place. You enjoy there. It's more like activity where you make new friends, because when you come to June, you have your classes all the time going on, so you don't make friends much. So this is where we make friends, because they are very, very, very good fun activities that happen there. It's all team building exercises, and it's a personal growth lab. So team building exercises along with knowing yourself. So we undergo through media sessions where you fill up you do certain activities. There is like Myers-Briggs test where you understand yourself. So there are different assessments that we learn about to understand myself better, my leadership style, my way of communication, my own personality. What are the pros of my personality? What are the cons of my personality? How should I improve? So this is a 3 to 4 days trip for all SP students, and we go there and we enjoy. And there are enjoying activities as well. Uh, Here, I would like to mention one thing. SP actually calls their students as participants, not students. the reason that they feel is because we participate in the decision making as well, and we are the part of the family. So they call it participants and not students. So I just feel like mentioning it because I'm using the word students again and again. So SP call the students as the participants. Another thing, the last fourth part of the NCL is GFT. As I mentioned already, we go out and we study there. This is all, and these four form a part of the non-classroom learning program. Internship also forms a part of the program. We'll talk about internship later, maybe. So these are some non-classroom learnings which have a very high weightage. DOCC out of this has the most weightage. Um, all of them are very important. They have weightage more than your own, academic curriculum even, because these are the real places where you show your skills to manage difficult problems. This
Sure.
this is some, yeah, new information that I guess SP is different from. This is what makes SP different from other B schools.
This is one of the major difference, that they are sending you to see the reality, to see the ground level work. And I'm very surprised to know that how they are bringing the reality in lives of their participants or students. And one thing is very, very clear, that if you're looking for finance and marketing courses, I think this is the best way to learn. And I'm sure when you are reaching out people in different villages, you must be addressing their challenges, their issues. And, for how many days you people are supposed to stay in a village?
1 month.
1 month. Okay. That is itself is a part of a project and internship. And
Yes,
regarding fees, you shared that, it is somewhere around 22 lakh.
yes,
And
yes. So for
is it a lump sum? Because I understand if you are going outside country, then you have to pay in lump sum because of your visa concerns and stay and hostel accommodation and logistics. But what is the fee structure the student has to pay? Any installment facility? They can take loans also, or everything has to be in one shot?
Yes. So SP Jain, before admission, when they release their fees structure to the participants, they send everything along with, they send the breakup of the fees, and they also send the banks that you can ask for loan.
Oh,
Generally, SBI gives the best interest rate, loan interest rate, the lowest one. So every bank, HDFC, ICI, HSBC, SBI, PNB, they have tie-ups with SP.
okay.
And every bank, what they do is they divide the colleges into some tiers for themselves. So SP for everyone falls in tier one for every bank. SBI being a government public sector bank, they give the lowest interest rate. You connect with them, you tell them that, see, I'm from SP, I'm about to take admission in SP, I need to pay fees, will you be giving me education loan? This is how the process goes. So SP even shares the contact details of the person you need to call, so you just call them directly. Then they will tell you whole process. They have a person dedicated for it. See, because n number of people would be going for the education loan at the same time, because it's an admission time. Today the fees has been released, you have to pay fees in 1 week, so everyone will be contacted in 1 week, and this happens every year. So every bank manager knows that this is the time that we will be getting request. So SP sends all the information to us via mail. We call that person, we ask that this is happening, what should I do? The person will very well explain the process, that how much will we pay, what do we need to do, what is the process, form filling, everything, what documents do I need to submit. Every process is so smooth. At least for me, it was so smooth, and I don't think, I have never heard anyone complaining about the process, because the process is completely online. uh, you just need to submit some graduation details, your Aadhaar card, PAN card, normal things that generally you will give while taking an admission to a college. It is similar while what you need to submit for an education loan to the bank. Now, there you need not have a bank account with the bank that you are having education loan with. I took from SBI. I had contacted 3 to 4 banks before, and then later I realized that SBI is the best bank that I should go with. So I did not have any bank account there. I called the person. He explained me the process. I had completed my process in, I guess, another 2 hours itself. It didn't take much time. I just had to go to my nearest branch. So I visited my branch because they do a physical verification also. So you go there just to ensure that there is an actual person taking the loan, and some documents need to be submitted in person. It's compulsory. So I just visited there, and I guess within two days completely it was done. Um, Now, for the loan, you need not do anything whenever you need to send the amount to the college. It's not lump sum in the sense that completely you have to pay at once. There are options of lump sum, there are options of EMI. But when the bank is sending, it is generally recommended that you pay it in lump sum. It does not make much difference. I paid it in lump sum. I paid it 9 lakhs in the first year, and then I paid 1250 in the second year. Currently, the fees structure has changed. Yes, for the people who are in college right now, it was first year it was 10 lakhs, and the second year it is 13 plus. It is 13 lakh 70,000. So let's consider it to be 14,000. This is how the fee structure goes. The expenditure of GFT when you go out, that is included in the second year fees. It comes around, for me, it was 2,50,000. For the
Okay.
current batch, it is, I guess, 3,70,000. But just a new information since I mentioned GFT here. For us, till the batch for us, the GFT was compulsory. Now it has been made optional. If you want to go there, you can. If you don't want to go there, it's fine. If you don't want to go there, you need not pay the fee. So if you are not going there, your fee structure will again come down to 9 lakhs only. So 10
Okay.
lakhs only. Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 lakhs first year and 10 lakhs second year. 3 lakh 70 is for the people who are going to GFT.
Okay.
And there, the food and the stay is being taken care of by the college itself because they are charging fee for it, right? 3 lakh
Sure.
70 they are charging for it.
Sure.
If you are roaming around here and there, then that is what you might need to pay for
Pay
by
from your
yourself.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
So
that
are
is
you
it.
paying the fees back now, or you took the loan,
Yes.
you're paying it now?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
So you have that period that you can decide to pay after, 1 year break. So I completed my undergraduation, sorry, post graduation,
post-graduation.
and let's say I want to pay it after 1 year. It's fine. That also you can do, but I would want to pay it as early as possible.
Possible.
Otherwise, interest will pile up. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I have already started paying it. Here also there is an option of giving the name of a guarantor. For
Okay.
me, matlab generally people, put their fathers as their guarantor that in case I don't pay, my father will pay. I didn't put any guarantor.
Hmm.
In education loan, I don't know if other banks ask for it. SBI said it's optional. I didn't put any guarantor. I guess for the Tier 1 colleges, no bank asks for it because they know that you are going to the Tier 1 colleges, so you will have a good job and you will be able to pay it by yourself. The period to pay your education loan after completing your post graduation is 15 years. You can divide it as the way you wanted to. If you so what bank does is they assume that you are going to pay it in 15 years, so they equally divide the amount of the principal and the amount of principal over the 15 years, and they'll tell you this much EMI is what you need to pay every year or every month. Now I might want to pay it in, let's say, 5 years. So I might, calculate by myself that how much do I need to pay for every year, and then you can pay it. So it's up to you. It's very independent process. You need not do anything. Once you are done with your post graduation, you can just start after you have got your first salary, you can start paying it.
Sure, sure.
So it's
So
it's a
that's a
very easy
lovely
process.
planning which you have shared, and so much of support from all the banking institutions, I must say. But yes, it is important that sooner you pay early, it's good for you, because then you will not be paying that much of interest. I
Yeah,
would also request you to share some insights on exam patterns now, because people are very concerned. Exam difficult to nahi hai, mushkil to nahi hai. What is the pattern? Is it objective? Is it subjective? So I would like you to focus on the exams also, how it is being conducted. And is it
sure.
really difficult as per the subjects? How many
Okay.
subjects, practicals, and all that stuff?
Yes. So see, Sunita and the students, if you are going for an MBA, please don't go with the mindset that you are a 10th class, 11th class, or a 12th class student. The exams will be difficult from the perspective that you are into MBA, right? So I don't think you should be afraid of the exams. What you should be afraid of is, have you learned enough that you will be able to perform in exams? Just like any other exam, it's not a school, first of all. So teachers are not going to come narrate you some answers and then those exact questions will come in into exam. No, you are going to handle real world challenges once you pass from the college. So the exams could be accordingly. So when the teachers come to the class, they will explain you the concepts. They will discuss the case studies, real world case studies. SP focus a lot. SP gives a lot of focus towards the case studies. So we study from case studies, we study the concepts first, then we study case studies. Case studies are generally, a problem defined. कोई भी कंपनी रियल लाइफ में कोई क्या प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रही है, सो कंपनी के बारे में दिया, इंडस्ट्री के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन है, जो प्रॉब्लम थी वो इंफॉर्मेशन है. दिस इज व्हाट द केस स्टडी फॉर्म केस स्टडी इज. समटाइम्स सॉल्यूशन भी होता है कि कंपनी ने क्या डिसीजन लिया एंड देन उसके बाद उस डिसीजन का क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ. So you have to analyze it. There could be different types of case study जिसमें आपको solution निकालना है. Case study could be आपको check करना है कि उसने जो solution दिया वो सही है या गलत है. और case study could be कि वो अगर decision के बाद problem होगी कंपनी के लिए, तो वो problem क्यों raise हुई solution के बाद भी, और what could have been a different solution जिससे problem raise नहीं होती फिर से. This is what you study in the class. And this is what you will get in the exam as well. Now अगर हमने case study let's say Walmart पे करी class में, so during your exam you might get a case study on TCS, but whatever you have studied is the exam is all about application actually. Exams, number one, is it is not a pen and paper exam. Some prestigious institutes still take pen and paper exam.
Okay.
SP does not. SP has a complete online software, which which helps in examinations. Questions could be objective, could be subjective, depends from subject to subject. Some subjects have objective plus subjective exams. Some subjects have only objective exams. Some subjects have only subjective exams. Now I'll just tell a process a bit and then what to expect in exams. Number one, we have semester exams se pehle, every time we have some quizzes as well. So each subject will have classes of 18 sessions. Every subject is 18 sessions. One session is of 70 minutes, so 18 sessions in that way. Once the 18 sessions are completed, now let's assume my first semester started, my all the classes started. क्लासेस का स्केड्यूलिंग ऐसा हो सकता है जिसकी वजह से 18 सेशंस फॉर सब्जेक्ट 1 is completed let's say in 2 weeks itself. So after that 2 week your final exam for that subject would be taken. It is not like school की एक ही बारी में सारे एग्जाम्स होते हैं. It's not like that. So once the subject is completed, after one day break, 2 day break, or sometimes without any day break, another day you have final exam for the subject. Okay. So another subject, let's say, get completed in 3 weeks. So post the completion of the 18th session, you will have the semester end exam of that subject. This is how it happens. So for every subject, when the subject gets completed, the final exam for that subject happens. This is how it is done. There is no dedicated, 1 week given to prepare or dedicated 1 week given for exam. It's not like that. And I guess this is the best way. So you get done with the subject. You need, so अगर first 15 days में subject हो गया, then 15 days तक उसकी पढ़ाई नहीं हुई, and 15 days के बाद you are giving an exam, I don't think it will help me much. मैंने पढ़ा, मैंने exam दिया, and I'm done with the subject. अब वापसी जाना ही नहीं है उस पे. It is this. Now what do I mean by quizzes? As the name says, it is always objective. Exam से पहले 1 या 2 depending on the subject कितना important है, 1 या 2 quizzes होती हैं. ठीक है. So let's say 1 week की class हुई, and 1 week के क्लास में जितनी पढ़ाई हुई उसके बेसिस पे 1 quiz will be done, and quiz again will be an online assessment. It has its own marks, its own weightage. This is how it is done. Quiz is always objective. Final exam is a combination of objective and subjective. Now what comes under exam is everything that you have been taught in the class, its application will be there in the exam. So exams are case study based. Case studies, sometimes case studies are given, so it could be a big case study. You have to give 15-20 minutes to read the case study, and then you have to write your exam. Sometimes it is a question has been given, a single question is there, you have to give your opinion or you have to do the assessment, so it's subjective in that way. But yes, if you are studying very well in the class, if you are listening to the professors, our professors are very good. If you listen to the professors very well, you will be easily able to give your exams.
You know, I am surprised to know that in every aspect, whether you talk about, entrance, whether you talk about their engagement programs, their collaboration, their exams, they have ensured that their process is unique. Their process is so rigorous that you are going very well prepared for the reality of the true world.
Yeah.
You are becoming not just a simple postgraduate in management courses or subjects, but you are getting prepared to handle yourself and the affairs around you very well. And that's a
Yes.
very intense way of taking examination. I have never heard about taking examination in such an intense way, wherein everything is about case study and 100% implementation of what you have learned. So,
Yes.
you must have appeared for 4 semester exams. And I wanted to talk about the internship, the placement process in part 3 of the podcast, because I think in this podcast, you have explained the insight of the exam, the curriculum a lot into detail. So we have roughly 5 minutes for this second part. Would you like to highlight any other important aspect which is related to the curriculum, which is related to completing the academics of your PGDBM program? Especially, I want you to throw some light on the degree also. What degree you get? I mean, I'm sure you must have received your degree because now you are a pass out. So what is written on the
Yeah.
degree?
Sure. So there are two things. There is degree and there is certificate. On degree, only postgraduate diploma in management would be written. First of all, we don't call it degree. I guess only DU is what provides degree because it's a university. For every other institute, we call it PGDM because D means diploma. So it's the
Sure.
diploma that we call it.
And it is approved
Uh,
by AICT very well to offer you the
AICTE.
diploma for
Yes.
PGDBM program. Yes.
Yeah, so for India, it's PGDM only. It's the degree we get it outside India. And when we call it MBA, when the college itself calls it MBA, then MBA is called degree. But if it is PGDM, PGDM is a diploma. It is equivalent to MBA in India, but it's not called degree. It is written there PGDM. Um, Specialization is not mentioned there, which is a plus part. So if you want to apply to a consulting companies generally do not want, you should not show your specializations there because they want an all-rounder there. But there is a certificate that you get alongside your diploma, which mentions your degree. So it mentions your major specializations and your minor specialization, and this is where you have finance and other your minors written there. What were your minor specialization and major specialization? This. And talking about the rigor that you mentioned in academics, SP, as I mentioned, it is known for its most rigorous academic schedule,
Sure.
and there are more surprises to come when we talk further about SP.
Okay.
One thing that we too much focus upon, SP is known for is its plagiarism. You cannot just write an assignment, a group assignment or an individual assignment, and if someone copies it, it is very much identifiable. We have very good softwares to identify it, and if the plagiarism in any way detected, you straight receive an F in the subject. It
Okay.
depends
F
on how
means
much
fail.
plagiarism is.
People should know.
Yes, yes.
And I'm
So
sure,
you,
needless to say, you must have had your convocation, and this diploma is absolutely valid in case you want to apply for government jobs, or in case you want to
yes,
apply for PhD research program in India or outside India. Because this is a very, very common query for all the
yes,
programs. Ma'am, can we apply for government jobs? Are we eligible for PhD? So as far as I know, and Bhargavi, you can definitely vouch that for that. Yes, the convocation
yes,
you must be getting an invitation soon, maybe this year or next year, because it's a full-time PGDBM program. And yes, you can apply for any kind of government job, any sector, any role. And yes, you are
yes.
very much eligible for PhD program in India and outside India.
Yes,
Sure.
that's true. Our
Okay.
convocation is actually already done. It was in May, mid-May.
Okay.
And since every degree that is accredited by AICSB, it is very much, taken for any government job or PhD program.
Sure, sure. So in the third podcast, we will definitely talk about your more surprises and internships, projects. And since you have got placement in Nestle, which is one of the most prestigious organization in the world, not just in India. Any last minute thought which you feel is important for students to know? Because internship and placement we'll cover in podcast 3. Any quick, piece of advice or information?
I guess I have talked a lot already about it, but the only thing that I would like to say is if you are planning to go to a Tier 1 college, if you want a good career, please be ready for rigor. I'm saying that SP is a good college with the rigor, but any other B school, it has an almost equal rigor there. So don't be afraid that people generally say that MBA people sleep 3 to 4 hours a day. That is true. That is actually true, and you will be very much habitual of it at one time in your life that you won't get sleep before 1 a.m. at night. So be ready for it. Don't be afraid, because you will enjoy it. You will realize that it is important for you to develop professionally as well as personally. I just want you to don't be afraid of what is coming to you once you get into MBA.
I think this is not a challenge. This is the way of living. And I would like to coach people here that if you are really serious about making your career, and if you're opting for a institution like SP Jain, the only thing is that you should be ready and open to change yourself.
Yes.
Change yourself from within, because the moment you are ready to accept, receive, and change, I'm sure the external challenges, obstacles, or learnings is going to
True.
become very, very easy. And
True.
I can really see, Bhargavi, that you have not just learned from SP Jain. It is so much in your blood, like your finance at home. You have lived your life at SP Jain so wonderfully that you remember each and every insight and detail, much into detail. So yes, in part 3, we would really request you to share the internships part, the placement part, what all companies, keeping definitely the legality in your mind, that whatever information you are able to share, I'm sure people will be very keen, because SP Jain is known for finance and marketing the way XLRI is known for HR programs and HR field. We would like to know from you that what all companies come for the placement, what are the tentative job roles along with titles, and what are the tentative salary. And in the podcast 3, I would also like to explore something related to alumni network support exploration group. If you are facing, or if you have witnessed any alumni engagement networking, how SP Jain support the whole concept. So yes, in podcast 3, I'm sure people are going to have all these insights with your help.
Sure, sure. I would love to share more insights about SP, because I'm cordially connected with SP. So for sure,
No
I would
doubt
like
about
to
it.
share
I
more
feel that you are
insights.
living, sleeping with SP Jain still. And I really wish you the best. I'm sure you will be one of the most contributing alumni in time to come. This I can sense. The way you have shared the life of SP Jain with us, it is truly remarkable. And we look forward to welcome you in podcast 3 as well to share insights about internship and placements. Thank you so
Thank
very
you so
much.
much, Sunita.
Yeah, Bhargavi, it was so, so lovely to hear from you. I think such detailed insight, I'm sure students are not going to get on any other platform apart from Leader in Making, because we truly believe that you should unleash your potential in your own way and lead the life the way you want. All the very best to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All the best, guys. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.